happened?
Tom set a purple sector 2, and it decided to flip it on you for a little bit.
Yeah, evidently.
But yeah, of course, maybe. Oh, great spot there by the director, who's just holding in our ear. The invalidation there, he ran a little bit too wide, and that, of course, will be Tom's qualifying done, and he will be out of Q1. Now it's the hard tyre. Surely the lack of grip on those hards from that sector 3 just caused him just to have a little bit of an ebb and slide, and they're not as grippy. They just can't get the turning needed in order to retain the all four wheels within the track over that white line around sector 3. But we're going to start seeing the drivers come across the line. But it looks like there won't be too much change unless the likes of El Taco Man, B-Roy, and Saddam Anderson, as we like to call them, are able to improve their lap times.
Well, it's not going to be B-Roy improving. They head straight into the pits. Not confident with that one. El Taco improves, but only the P16, and Adam also heads into the pit. So it is going to stay as it looks at the moment with Q1, with the likes of El Taco Man, Tom 97, and a surprise exit in Q1. Mr. Del J.E., B-Roy, and Adam all out in Q1 here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But someone whose race is being impacted for the better, as we say, is Infratic, who's getting that tow from his teammate down at Ferrari, Mr. Tim Marduk. That could really benefit him in getting into Q3. He does set a very good time in that Sector 1. Will his Sector 2 time improve any here as he gets another tow once again? He just looks to bring the time up. Another lovely bit of teamwork there. He's up by 4 tenths already on his previous time, which would get him into that cusp that we were mentioning of the 22.8s. And if he can improve here in the final section, then Tim Marduk has done his duties as the teammate and done the Ferrari team proud in getting both of those cars into Q3.
Potentially. Let's just keep an eye out for that turn 14. He's made it. He secured it. Through 15 and through 16, we're going to see where Infratic, with the help of Ben, is going to be able to place this Ferrari car. Surely it'll be a top 10, and it's just on the cusp. Now all eyes will be down to Curbs, who's just popped it into P10. And then we've got Mitchy Hoyer, that guy Vince, Chesnoid all on a lap as well. So we're going to have to keep a very tentative eye out for them, just to see if any of them are going to be able to pop it. Mitchy Hoyer's 2 temps up, but is it going to be enough? It absolutely will be. Ended up 5 temps up there and jumping up into P5 as Chesnoid comes across the line P14, and then all eyes are on that guy Vince. Will he be able to knock half of the French duet out? Peya currently sitting in P10 in the Mercedes. That guy Vince in the Red Bull. We've seen it once, we've seen it twice. The Red Bull knocks a Mercedes out qualifying, and what a stonking lap by that guy Vince.
He's free from Vince. He was going about his race really sort of quietly, but a beautiful lap from him. He's only a couple of thousandths away from Tim Marduk as well. Such an impressive time from him, but it will be Peya, Curbs, Infratic, Chesnoid, and of course Hayden Gullis, who didn't set a lap, who I do believe is having a lot of issues with his connection at the moment, out in Q2. And despite that tow from his Ferrari teammate, Infratic, he drops out here in Q2.
Because we know if Alex can do it, the rest of the drivers are going to be close around that window as well. So they'll all be looking to go on the hunt for SkyZ, as SkyZ is in the pit. That is his qualifying done. So now it'll just be sitting, watching and waiting Alex come round this final corner to see if Alex is going to pip him.
Hold on a minute, we've got Razin out in before his lap's even finished. What is something's happening here? Saf's now also out of it as well. I believe it might be a bit of an issue between a lot of them. But Mitchy now coming around that final corner. Alex weren't able to improve as much as he can. Mitchy Hoyer now tries to improve, finds himself into P5. And it is going to be as well alongside them, that guy Vince, the next to come across the line for this Q3 session. Will he improve on his time? He will indeed. He finds himself now up into P6. It will be Tom, the last to come across the line here as well. Will he set a good time for him here? And he doesn't improve that much, only P8. While we'll be qualifying over, and I do have to wonder what happened between Razin and Safso.
We're going to get the red lights going. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. And away we are for round 8 around Abu Dhabi here for the Creator Series. SkyZ with a great getaway. Tim Marduk already going to try and maybe have a look at the inside. He's got his car far enough along. SkyZ gets squeezed out. Razin looking to make the move as well there, getting up into P2. Brilliant stuff so far. SkyZ seems to be falling back through the pack a little bit. Maybe he should have added a little bit more front wing just so he could get that traction going out of the pit box. But It looks like he's going to be under a bit of pressure from Jake now, but he takes that inside line. Razin still trying to hold it around the outside, and man, this is where it's going to get a little bit intense. This is where the battery is going to start getting deployed from drivers up and down the grid. When you have 2, 3, 4 cars in the slipstream, that's where the overspeed will come by, and that's where we'll see the likes of Jake, that guy Vince, and Alex Gillen really try and make a couple moves. As very late move from Alex going down to the inside there at turn 6. Jake getting a move done on Skyzy as well, getting himself up into P3. But Razin is all over the back of Ben as well before heading down this second straight, where they would have DRS, but unfortunately they've got to wait until lap 3. But it looks like they've kind of settled it down now. They've found themselves in a little bit of a routine, going one by one now, as we can still see Fom in the background as well, looking to try and make a move on Skyzy, and what a start by Tom.
Coming into this next lap, and he's trying to close the gap to Mr. Benjamin Daly as much as he can. He gets closer and closer. He might look to make the move. He moves to the inside. He gets past that Ferrari, and Razin finds himself up into P1, and it is the McLaren leading the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
You know what? I've made it back. I've made it back in here as Alex goes for an absolute otherworldly send on Jake. That was a bit far back, was it not?
It was far back, but he sticks it. He makes it clean as well, and I think that's what matters. And I think we're starting to see those medium tyres really coming alive.
As that guy Vince pulls the trigger, dives into the pit lane, gets a set of mediums booted on instead of a softs, as we see Alex pulling to the inside here as well. It's a lot closer than it was to Jake there.
From Alex Gillen, who might look to make the move here once again. He doesn't decide to go on the inside this time. He looks to stay as close to the rear wing of that McLaren as possible. But with a better tyre wear, a better tyre limits, and the DRS and the ERS, he will breeze past that McLaren. It will be Alex Gillen leading the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the first time today, and he looks quick, and those medium tyres just are coming alive, and I think it is time for the soft runners to go. But the plan was all along to pit this lap, so Tom not reacting to the move from Skyzy. He was going in no matter what. Razin might try to look to make the move once again on Alex Gillen, trying to dance and weave to force the commitment, but Alex Gillen stays strong, keeps that defensive line beautifully, and will keep the McLaren at bay for now. Now Meraki, and he's trying to hold him back as much as he can. We are getting a message in from Alex Gillen. It's boogie time, he says. It's time to get going. He's got a lot of more fresh air as now we ride side by side with Meraki and Skyzy finally makes that move. He might even have it try and fought back there by Meraki, but he does slot in behind him. Well, it's going to be hard tyres for Tim Marduk here, who's opting to go for them, and it will be the mediums for Alex, though, so he will have to make another mandatory stop, of course, to change the tyre compound, but he does stay ahead. It's going to happen, but Dale is out of this race. Retirement for him on lap 22 into the pits. For him, he doesn't feel like he's able to do much, as both of the front runners now head into the pits. It will be Meraki, it will be Skyzy into the pits. They might have been believing the safety car was to come out, but it doesn't. It will be Razin leading once again. Fom jumps up into P2, but he's 3 seconds back. Yeah, and we now ride on board with Tom 97, who looks to make the jump on that guy. Vince moves to the outside, does really well to stick the move also there, Tom 97, but in the process, Skyzy makes the jump onto Tiamat Marduk in the same position, in the same part of the track, and you have to wonder, is Tiamat Marduk going to make the move, try and get it back? He gets a really nice exit, though, out of that corner, Skyzy, and he just goes flying up the field, and I don't think it's going to be enough for Tiamat Marduk on these hard tyres. You know, you've got to think about the tyre compound. It's so difficult for him to fight back. He's only 3 tenths away from him, but he's falling off.
You know, maybe put another set of mediums on it. Really depends on what sort of fresh tyres he's got. As Alex Gillen showing you the reason why he is such a feared driver to be, you know, slightly in front of, as he sends an absolute worldie of a dive bomb down the inside there at turn 5. And because the cars in front are within a second, he's still going to get the DRS benefit from it as well. So he won't be missing out too much, as it looks like he's going to be going for double trouble there. And he goes and gets past GB68 with a very similar move to what he did previously against Tom 97. Brilliant work from Alex. Is he going to go for the 3-piece? It looks like he will. He's going down the inside of Tom, and Tom doesn't have anything to answer for it, as Alex Gillen finds himself now in P2, and he'll be looking to try and chase down Razin for the race lead, but that is 6.5 seconds up the road.
And he is closing in already. He's, in fact, already made the move. I do believe we might have a slight bit of an issue there. I don't know entirely what happened. It's, in fact, into the pits. I don't know why I wasn't able to see that he headed into the pits, but Razin, he's already off those tyres. He's had enough of them. He's gone into the pits. He will come out round about P10, P11. He will stay just behind of Curbs, and he will head on to the medium tyres. So it will be Alex Gillen leading this race, and potentially an early pit stop there from Razin. Impressive in this race, and he's closing in now onto GB, into P4. Is he going to look to make the move here? He's getting close. He's going to make that move once again into turn 5. He gets the inside line beautifully. He guards it well alongside it, and it will be P4 for Skyzy. He stays within DRS of Tom 97 as well, which will mean that it makes this bout a little bit harder for GB to try and make the move back. Will he try and make the move on the inside? He decides he's just too far back, doesn't decide to make the jump, and he will have to settle in.
I'm sensing it. I'm sensing a dive. I'm sensing. Okay, I didn't sense it well enough. Never mind.
But he looks up in fact.
I've cast and cursed it. I've got Skyzy P2. PayPal me later, please, Skyzy. That was an absolutely brilliant move.
But it's so difficult for him. It might be now. He gets a nice run onto the inside, down the inside line into turn 5. He gets it, runs wide there though. Tiamat Marduk, he's slipping and sliding all over the place on those hard tyres. And I think the inevitable will be move again by Razin. He'll get the jump on to Tiamat Marduk as well. Now as Tiamat Marduk heads into the pits, he did say that his strategy was the opposite of Tom 97 for those hard tyres. And during all of that dilly-dallying, all of the info that we found out there, Razin did make the jump on Alex Gillen. He finally got past, and he's slowly breaking away from DRS, which could be crucial. Alex Gillen darts into the pits on lap 45 of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It will be the inevitable soft compound tyres for him for a 12-lap stint to the end. And how much can he do in this one?
Just lifting and coasting. But meanwhile, while we was discussing about Razin's pit for a set of soft tyres, so he's going to be trying to match Alex, but I believe Alex would have got the undercut here, and it will be by quite a substantial amount. We're probably looking about 3-4 seconds maybe, as Tom 97 also breezes past. Series' own James Madison is going to have to try and hold it around the outside there as Alex dives to the inside, but GB doesn't want to let the position go that easily. He tried to put up a defense, but against those soft compound tyres, Alex just absolutely storms past. There's not a whole much he can do, but Razin will be looking to try and get past GB and dispatch him as soon as possible, because all while GB is going to be sitting there, he's losing a bit of time out to Alex, as Razin makes the move around the outside there beautifully of GB68. Now GB's just going to have to tuck back into the DRS and hope that Tom 97 doesn't start getting a little bit rowdy and try and catch back up, as we see Alex move to the inside there around turn 5. How many times have we seen that move today? So we're going to have to get a counter up for the highlights, I swear. Alex has used that move over and over again, and it's worked beautifully, as Razin here as well. We'll get the DRS on Tom, while Tom he's just sat there with his wings shut. He can't open it because Alex ended up getting the pass done after the detection point. So Tom was really unable to sort of mount a defence there, which could leave him potentially a bit vulnerable to GB here in the Aston Martin, as well as Razin is now closing in on Alex as well. It's all sort of boiling over here. All the actions get him there. Alex going to the inside there. Razin trying to hang it around the outside. There could be a little bit of a window of opportunity as they almost come to contact. Razin's going to turn it to the inside here. We're going to go too wide through sector 3. This is unheard of. Okay, right, there we go, sorted. Back to normality, single file through sector 3.
Them on this one, Alex Gillen now within DRS. It is going to make things very, very interesting here, and you have to wonder, when will Skyzy accept his fate? It is flashing at them. He knows that Haas is running as far as he can. He moved over to the inside a little bit, but it weren't enough. Alex Gillen was on his way through no matter what, and Alex Gillen will stick it. Skyzy, though, with a nice switchback to stay ahead, and they're 3 wide at the moment. Razin is in front at the moment, but Alex Gillen close to close. 2 for now. They did have a little bit of a laptop there, but Alex Gillen comes out in front at the moment, with Skyzy following behind Razin. So it will be Alex Gillen leading at the moment. 55 laps here out of 58 in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix of the EA Creator Series, and it's so close between the two of them at the moment. He has to. It's the only opportunity for it.
Tag! Skyzy! Just tag Razin! Oh dear, Tom 97's front winger's gone there as well! What on earth was that? That was absolutely incredible!
I'm shook. There's contact on the last lap, of course. He doesn't want to play too many games. Well, Alex Gillen, you staying out ahead might have been the best game you could have played there, son. As he comes round the final corners, around the Yas Marina circuit into the final sector. He finds himself a very, very comfortable lead ahead of Sky ahead of Tom 97, and it's still all to play for. It's so interesting. Razin trying to keep the car as much as he can, but the damage is so impactful to him that GB will make the jump, but it will be Alex Gillen to make it victory here in Abu Dhabi. He will come across the line in pole position. Sky finds himself up into P2, GB into P3, from P4, Meraki P5, Team at Marduk P6, and Razin, after such a great race, that final antics on that corner will find him into P7, and such a close fight for those places up there from P5 all the way down to P7.
Meraki and Ben having their own battle, of course, with commiserations with Razin. And then you've got that guy Vince securing a P8, Tom 97 in P9, again collecting up that front wing damage, and with 9 seconds worth of penalties from P17. Fantastic drive. Mitchie Hoyer in P10, Safso P11, Peya in P12, Curbs in P13, Hayden in P14, Fabio in P15, El Taco Man in P16, Chesnoid in P17, B. Roy in 18th, Adam Sanderson in 19th, and Dale retired in P20.